Well, as promised, I decided that I could take you down and show you those big statues by Ken Fox that I mentioned when I was at the Rockland Cemetery. But when I got here where the statues are, I found a trail. I didn't know this trail was here, and so I might have to go check that out. I don't know, maybe today? I don't know, I didn't know there was a trail there. But anyway, here's the big, huge, gigantic Ken Fox statues from behind. There's another one down around the corner. I'll show you them. In the late 60s, Ken Fox was a dentist, and in the late 60s he started building these concrete statues. And in 72, I think, around 72, something like that, there's one up there that's a nude male. And it was so scandalous at the time that the school buses were rerouted so they didn't go past the statues because he was naked. And so, as you can tell, these guys are naked. Well, these women, these are Amazon women. One of them is, one of these statues is 42 feet tall. I think it's this one. I don't remember. What the heck was that? Did you hear that? It sounded like a weird bird of some kind. But anyway, there's the naked man's down there, and then there's one right by the door. It's actually a business now. It's a ammunition place, which I find interesting. It used to be a dentist's office. Now it's an ammunition place. But this is one of them. And as you can see, 42 feet tall. So, and they're made of concrete and 1 mile of rebar. I can't remember which one has a mile of rebar in it. I think it's her. Let's go down here and see this. The naked man. Don't stand too close to a naked man. That's what they say. She broke her foot. She broke her toe. Huh. You know, I couldn't do a foot like that. You know, there's even little toenails. Look at that. That's what you call Bigfoot, right there. There's some more behind this wall. There's a couple more statues, but here's the naked man. We'll just block out the little naked man part. I'm not exactly sure why he's got the chains, but this is the praying Amazon woman. I don't exactly know the names of all of them. That was one of the first ones, and this naked man was one of the first ones. And then over the years, he kept adding on. There's two more in town I'll take you to see. One of them is a Chinese railroad worker, and the other one is what's his name? Claude Channa, who was one of the first miners to find gold in this area. So there we go. Here's a better shot. Yeah, for a long time these were absolutely hated, and people in the community didn't like them at all. But times changed, and they became a tourist attraction, and tourist attractions and bring money into the community. So, somebody's reading glasses and probably some kind of crack pipe. Who knows? Amazon women. Okay, let's go see the other two that are in town. So come on. Customers only. Oh, fine. Anyway, let's go see the other guy. This is the Chinese railroad worker, and technically the statue is called the Coolie, and I know it's not looked upon highly anymore, but that's what it was called, and it's, as far as I know, it's still called that. But let's go see this one, and then I'll take you around. This is actually at the Gold Country Museum. This is the other one by him, one of the other ones by him, Ken Fox. and it, maybe this is the guy that has a mile. I'll have to check it out. I'll let you know in the comments, but he's, it's all concrete. And they moved it. This guy was over at the dentist's office, which is over in that direction, but they moved it here in, I think, 89, something like that. Oh, here you go. Ken Fox, a mile of this is the one. A mile of reinforced steel rebar, 35 cubic yards of concrete, 22 feet high and 33 feet long. So it's 22 feet high, 33 feet long. This giant statue was relocated to the spot in 1989. So the rest of them are over there at the dental office. Anyway, I thought you want to, do not climb. Yeah, that would be kind of fun to climb into. But you see how he even did, because this is how these wheelbarrows were built back in the day. It was slats. I was just getting in the car and I noticed this on the fence post, a magnet of two people that I have no idea who they are or why they're there, but somebody felt it was important to put that there. I thought it was kind of funny. So we found 5 of Ken Fox's statues. There's one more of Claude Channa, who was one of the miners that found gold, but we can go find his because he's kind of close. And then there's one more that I'll show you that we've already seen, but I'll go show you again in case you didn't see that video. So let's go. This is Claude Channa's rear end for the moment until we get around front. This is the one that Kenneth Fox was commissioned actually by the city of Auburn to create this. Claude Channa was one that found gold near here in May of 1848. I don't know if you can see him or not because I can't see a thing in this camera and there's traffic everywhere. I don't want to get squashed. But anyway, let's see if you can see him. Can you see him? I can't tell. Oh yeah, there you go. See, if I back up any more, I'm into the on-ramp, off-ramp of the freeway and I don't want to get squashed. So hold on a minute. There we go. He was actually born in France in 1811, and he's buried in Wheatland, at Wheatland Cemetery, which is one cemetery we haven't been to yet. So, adventurer and first fruit rancher in Placer County. He found gold in Auburn Ravine, which led to the settlement of the mining camp that later became Auburn. So, see, except, I don't know, is that the accurate word, sculptured? Or sculpted? I don't know, somebody has to tell me. Didn't even know he had a park. I didn't know that's what they called it. Huh. Interesting. Well, there's Claude over there. If you do come here, if you come off the freeway, make a sharp right turn, well, somehow, or you come down this way, to behind Claude, down this little road, and up this way is a parking lot, free parking, but there's not a lot of, well, there is, it's double layered. Parking. Oh, that's a better shot of the county courthouse. But the buckeye trees are in bloom and you can smell them. I'm like, what is that smell? But it's these. Man, it's so sweet. Wow. I wish you could smell that. Actually, it looks like the blooms are dying off, but it sure is pretty. Sure smells good. This is the other Ken Fox statue on a much smaller, more manageable scale. It's actually a little bit more life-sized. And it's for, I think it was Vietnam. Let's see, what's it called here? What does that say? It's called Why. It's all the fighting men of the United States of America, past, present, future, World War I. Oh, World War I. Okay. He did this one in 1967, it looks like, for Veterans Day. Oh, I want to get in that water. But that's another one of his. And it's right across the street from the Auburn Cemetery, where we were before. But don't worry, I won't make you go to the cemetery today. So that was it. How did you like that? That all those Kenneth Fox statues. The only reason that we started doing the Kenneth Fox statues now is because I saw that Ken Fox in the Rockland Cemetery, the video before, I think it was this last video. Anyway, and it reminded me of Kenneth Fox, and I was thinking of taking you to see those statues anyway, but that was kind of like, oh, okay, that seems to be a good time to do that. So let me fix this. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. So then, let's see, we saw the Amazon women, we saw the naked man, we saw the praying Amazon woman, and then we went over to the Gold Rush Museum to see the Chinese miner. No, he's not a miner. Chinese, what was he? Railroad worker. That happened to be right along the Transcontinental Railroad, the original from 1865. And then we saw the Gold Rush Museum, which that particular depot building was built in 1902. It was one of like 3 or 4 that had been there. And then we went and saw the little fire station, which really had nothing to do with with Kenneth Fox. And then we came over to see Claude Chenna, his statue that Kenneth Fox did. And that was in Old Town Auburn, which was on Lincoln Way, Lincoln Way used to be Highway 40, which used to go almost all the way across the country. And parts of Taylor Road, parts of 80, parts of Lincoln Way, all used to be Highway 40. So the cemetery that we were at in Newcastle, that's the one, ran along Taylor Road. That was part of Highway 42. So I'm getting all sidetracked. Anyway, and then we came back over here to the statue that's across the street from the old Auburn Cemetery. See, I always have to end up in a cemetery. See, can you see the headstones? Probably not. So that one was created in the 60s, late 60s, 68 I think it was, something like that. Was for the war. That was actually for World War I, but it was for all the men and women fighting forces and stuff. So I was able to pick up the little walking tour of historic downtown Auburn. So we'll use this as we go through, town at some point. Hopefully not on a Saturday, because it's kind of busy on a Saturday. Today's a Saturday and there's lots of people out there. But it's got a nice little map. I think I showed you part of the map. And it shows you all the historic buildings and stuff that are still there that are now other businesses. But it'll be fun. We can see some of the old stuff that's in downtown. But that's another video. Thank goodness, right? So, anyway, I think that covers it. Yeah, I think that covers it. And we are in the old cemetery where Rattlesnake Dick is buried over there in the corner. Actually, I don't think he's actually buried over there. Actually, if he's buried over there, it's just his bones that were stuck there because he's got a tiny little plot. But anyway, his headstone's over there. So for now, I will check out and we will go to this at some point and do that. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let me know what you think of those statues. Concrete and steel rebar. Who was it that had a mile? It was the Chinese railroad worker guy. Had a mile of rebar in him. Mesh, rebar, concrete. They're concrete. Anyway, that was it. So let me know. So I will check out for the moment. So until then, take it easy and I'll talk to you later.